but it haven't become yet. It haven't become, you haven't used it. So that's what potential is. So we got potential. The government knows us, they've studied us for all of these years, and we've studied them. I think it's a fair fight. I think it's a fair fight because they got all this to use, and then we got all the history and everything else to use. And so far, psychological guerrilla warfare, discombobulation, you know what I mean, tractor beams and all that stuff. Now, we're having fun with it. We might as well. Hey, I'm not going to sit up in the house scared to go anywhere or mad at boss man because boss man does those things. So we're going to have fun. That's always say, hey, whatever it is, I'm going to have fun doing this. Okay. Ability to make strategic visionary decisions, being creative visionaries. Okay. We'll talk about the great man theory later on. The great man theory in history leadership, or the situational leader. Does the situation and the environment produce the type of leaders that's needed, right, for that time? Or is it the great man theory? The great man was born to be the great man. I think it's a little bit of both. For my self-research, it seems that once you pipe into a mission, if that mission is Islam, Allah got you covered. And the more you get towards tafweed, turning everything over to Allah, shoot. One level of tafweed, say that you get there, you stop making your plans and structure, organizational stuff, and you turn it all over to Allah. That's a great state, because we do make plans and stuff like that, but we still turn them over to Allah. Yeah, we just using our brain a little bit. We're not going to talk about Wal Asr today, but we have a unique response to history. And we're thankful to live during this period of time. It's probably the most dangerous, because there's times when a nation been threatened or a region, but there's no time when the whole earth has been threatened by the human being's behavior, right? So you can't hide. If you live in Alaska, it's tough. If you live down in the islands, half of your island is already underwater. Right now, today, ocean rising. Hey, man. Dear believers, this Quran that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us, you could see it living right now. Okay, I'll mention a few things about self-monitoring. You have to monitor yourself. Historical reflection, rise and fall of nations, boss man and the Negro. And the Quran talked about they'll be hemmed in by the very thing they mocked at, right? That's Quran. And that's what we did to boss man. And we do it to him all the time. He'd make fun of us. He'd have Negroes make fun of us. Yeah, that nigga there, you see, he talking that trash, watch and see. And here we are. And boss man is trying to take off airplanes with people on the wheel. He's the laughing stock of the world. Ain't nobody laughing at us. Is boss man the laughing stock, or are we? He is. And see, for him to be laughed at is bigger, is different. Like boss man, no other Zionists, they can't take a joke. They want you to worship them. And if you don't, boy, they get mad. I'll fix you, nigga. You don't worship me? That's the way the white man talk here in America. Yes, he do. He act like that too. Don't he act? He act like that. Boss man act. You don't worship me? The poets used to say the white man got a God complex, right? Yeah. Hey, man. You worshiping a little old something else other than me? Why, you stupid nigga, you poor. You know, just wait here for a minute. Let me get back. Right? I'm telling you. And we doing it publicly, and guess what? I'm not saying we're right all the time, but we're so accurate that it's just like throwing a pie and hitting the boss man every time in the eye. Pop! And you could throw it from behind and still hit him in the eye. You throw it from across the room, you throw it way up in there, and it comes down. He ain't even looking. Pop! Hit him in the face. All the time. That's the way it is. So we don't run away from this job. Actually, we kind of like it. Okay, let me finish up. Are there any questions or comments? I didn't mean to stray, but our focus was leadership. And thanks to Allah, it's an honor and a privilege to be a part of this. Yes.
A sister said, very revelatory comments on Imam W.D. Muhammad. Jazakallah khair for enlightening us.
Mm-hmm.
Someone has shared an article about them basically putting up a statue of Huey Newton in Oakland recently. And I guess they sent it because, like, you talk a lot about that history period. And Huey Newton. So I wanted to say that. There was one more thing someone shared.
Yeah, Huey Newton, he did good. When he went to the prison, I don't know what they did to him. He came out messed up, and he finally got killed by a crack. He had a lot of trouble with drugs and everything, but he killed a young girl, 17-year-old prostitute. He used to come in joints with now, what's her name? Bobby Seale stayed, except Bobby, he supports the system, not supports the system, but you got to get in there and get busy. So Huey just lost it. When he came out in 1970, he was shaking down store owners. I spoke with him on the platforms a couple of times in not recent years, but in those years. And they did something to him in the penitentiary. I don't know what it was, but he went in a revolutionary and came out.
Could it be far-fetched? I mean, he's doing stuff to everybody else.
Oh, in the penitentiary? Shoot. California? I don't know if I ever told y'all about Mr. Too Sweet. And when I was in one penitentiary, Mr. Too Sweet was a cool Negro. We was all young, say about 19 to 20. We was in a medium security prison. They got a place called Vacaville. I don't know if y'all ever heard about it. But did y'all ever see One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest? Shock treatment and all that? Bam! That's where it started in California. Okay. So Mr. Too Sweet, he was a cool Negro with his pump and his rag tied around his head. He was we liked him. He was from L.A., And Mr. Too Sweet went to Vacaville, and he came back, and Mr. Too Sweet was tired. Well, that was his nickname, Mr. Too Sweet. And he was quiet. Man, it took him a month or two to get back his regular Too Sweetness. But whatever they did to him in Vacaville, I'll put it this way. Coming from California, they had started working on lobotomies, cutting out part of your, sway all that. And Prolixin and Thorazine and all that, they started it first out there. They call it the Prolixin shuffle, the way you walk when you own it. And they said they're going to use it at such and such a place. I said, man, the fence ain't but 4 or 5 feet high at that place. They said niggas can't get over it if they on that, what's the name? They can't get over the fence. They can't, it's just a zombie. Have y'all ever seen anybody on that? Yeah, boy, it's terrible. When I came home and I saw what they was doing to people, I said, man, this is cold-blooded. But anyway, yeah, it's called Prolixin Shuffle. Okay. Yes, we're going to go to California very soon, and we're going to sue Boss Man for $300 million. Yes, it is. But if you look at on our old stuff, we had that we was going to raise $15 million, right? Well, it ain't nothing new. We knew we wasn't going to raise no $15 million around here or at Dar Hydra. So we've been planning did Boss Man trap us or did we trap Boss? This is the question. All of this stuff that he did, all the laws that he broke with us, did he trap us with a dummy, 2 dummies, a whole dummies, like that whole Oakland crew dummies? Did they fall into a trap or did they trap us? Was we standing at the door praying for them to bum rush us and show that film to everybody? This is the white shoe Arabs and the Negro bum rushing one of the last independent Masjid in the black community. You have to ask yourself, did we manipulate them or did they manipulate us? Right? How did it come about? They've went in and they've taken certain property. They've just signed it over. Can you do that legally? You can't even do it. Right? Can the people call? They haven't called in a month. Y'all got to get back on the horn now. I ain't going to say that. But they haven't even called. So the dummies have to have held up on paying the taxes to the tax people gave them the masjid or let them come buy it, right? And da-da-da-da-da. But I got 8 arrests saying that I was arrested at the masjid and they kept me from there and they didn't let me get the mail from there, so they're in more trouble. Plus our accounts, plus everything. Can't lose. Can't lose even if one of them come through on one thing. And if they don't, with all of that crime they did, we'll write great books on it and pass them out for free till they get on the bestsellers list or best giveaway accepted list, whatever it is. We can't lose. We can't lose. And if they kill us, well, excuse the expression, nigga about 2 feet from the grave already. All this gray hair, you can't, you know what I mean? Of course, feel great is fine, I know somebody is helping out around here. Okay, any more questions or comments?
There wasn't any more
Okay.
Share a link with I have to watch the whole video, but it was a link about talking about political prisoners and the something tribunal, but I'll have to watch it and let you know what it is.
Okay. Okay. If that's it, then we'll be back, inshallah, Tuesday. O Allah, we seek thy refuge from anxiety and grief. We seek thy refuge from lack of strength and laziness. We seek thy refuge from cowardice and niggardliness. We seek thy refuge from being overpowered by debt and the oppression of men. O Allah, suffice us with what is lawful, keep from us what is prohibited. With thy grace, make us free from want of what is besides it. Ameen. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.